16 March, Thursday. Let's discuss today's market technical outlook with the TWB system. Shall we? Let's do that. Okay, let me bring my chart in. Okay, let's go. All right. Now the thing is, we can see now the Dow Jones, really incredible. Last night came down all the way to 31,415 and rebounded all the way. Oh gosh, missed my 31,411 by 4 to 5 points, guys. Oh, what a waste. Okay. Anyway, I was trailed by some position, but still that means that this level wasn't done. That means the market can still come here later on. Okay. Now we can see from the chart very clear, this is the very important KCB. This particular level is 31,789 and incredible, as you can see on the screen. It basically got its first support right here, and then after that supported for 4 days. That means that this level is crazy, right? This level is really phenomenal. So very simple. If the market stays above this figure, 31,789, the market should be going back up again, right? Because every time it got support, it go back up, got support, go back up, go back up. So if the Dow Jones today retained its upside strength, we can see the Dow Jones going back up to 32,335. Okay. Now, if the Dow Jones doesn't go any higher, then this level is going to be very critical. The market, if it closes below or trades below this level, 31,789, then the selling could bring it down all the way back to 31,411 again. Okay, so traders, watch this closely. As long as the market stays above it, it's still a buying market for today. All right, let's look at the TA chart right now for today. Okay, so let's bring it into the Dow Jones first to begin with. Okay, for the Dow, it's pretty clear that today the market is still trading above pivot 1. So by right, above OP, above pivot 1, it's a buy day. So that's why now the market is up by 100 points from the opening price as of this morning to afternoon. Now KSI is still red, KRW is still red. So by right, there will be some resistance at the top. So watch out for KTR +2 and +3. Now MLP is 31,993, and this morning we can see the market did actually got itself resisted at the MLP. You can see very clearly over here. The market went up all the way, hit the MLP, couldn't go higher, pulls back, try again, failed, and after that when they couldn't go anywhere higher, the market gave in. But now the market hit the opening price of the day, rebounded again, so it may test MLP once again. Alright, so at the moment now, is it calling for bullish now? Well, overall at the moment, as long as the market stays above OP of the day, usually it's kind of bullish for today. Okay, so traders, take note of that. Yeah, this information. Now, the KCB 31,789 is so strong. Look at it. Basically, it just tells you that as long as the market stays above it, it's always a buy. Yeah, very clear, strong indication. Alright, so downside, the market has to break this KCB 31,789 and break 31,658, then we have any chance of further downside. But at the moment now, the market seemingly is favoring the upside. Yeah. Now the NASDAQ has found strong reason to continue to go higher. We can see that the NASDAQ basically did a CCROI close at the high on the 2 days ago, and yesterday because of the Credit Suisse, it went down all the way. But the crazy part is this: it came down all the way, touches the BNB support level. Incredible, stopped there and rebounded strongly. So again, that basically shows you strength. That shows you that the market has very good strength at this area. That means a lot of buying interest at the moment right now. So all this tells me that, right, you have to really watch the market closer, because the market most likely going to test the BNB RL level at 12,343. Right, another 30 more points to go. It is very possible. So why the NASDAQ is strong? Because now the funds are saying that maybe the banks is problem right now. Let's buy into those sold down shares like those technology companies, because they are least likely to be affected by because now the market is basically saying that the interest rate factor is not going to come in, and people are saying that there may be a rate cut coming in. So the market is buying into this thing right now. That's why you should buy the technology company. That's why people are buying into this ARKK stocks right now, because they believe that, right, very soon the Federal Reserve will cut rate. But I'll be very upfront with you guys. I really don't think so. This is really a Wall Street thingy, because a lot of these banks, a lot of financial institutions, they all basically don't want the rate to go up, because when the rate go up itself, that means they must pay more money to the Federal Reserve for all the money they borrowed. It won't be healthy for them. And if the stock market now down by like 10 to 15%, so for them it's like they really doesn't want to really want Federal Reserve to increase interest rate continuously. So once again, it's really Wall Street versus Federal Reserve. So who do you think will win? All right. So guys, take note of that. We should see further upside to BNB RL level. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. Let's look at the S&P 500. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Apology on this. Where's my S&P? Okay, here we go. Now, S&P 500 is heavily resisted at the BNB support level right now, which is at 39.07. So we just passed it just moments ago. So what do you think, guys? Well, you can see that the market have been playing around with it. If it cross above it, but it fail, the selling will come in. But today it's trading above pivot 1, right? So by right, above OP, above pivot 1 is a buy, and that's why the S&P now is trading higher. Right, the opening price was 3891, now it's 3908. That's the reason why, okay? So never fight the pivots, as we've been saying for the longest of time. Now, KSI is green, but KRW is red, so we do expect to see some resistance, and that's what we're seeing right now. Now, the thing is this, we have been seeing, right, quite often than not, that if the market is going to sell, right, usually the Asia session will be trading higher, then in the afternoon session or the evening session, the selling will come in. All right, so there's something to take note of that, yeah? So let's see how it goes later on. Okay, so we have that. Let's look at the Nikkei right now. The Nikkei today, strong recovery, and of course today it opens and traded, hits the pivot 1 beautifully, couldn't go down, recover, go up. Once it's above OP, above pivot 1 is a buy, and you can see on the 5-minute chart is so beautiful, guys. You must remember this. Never fight the pivot and believe in classic trade. Look at it. The market hit the pivot, stopped there brilliantly, and then pump up all the way up. All right, take a look here until the MLP. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. This is the TWB system. Look at it. This is amazing, guys. Really, this is a really amazing system. You just have to follow and believe in it. Okay, so the thing is now for Nikkei, well, it has to cross MLP to further upside. If it cross MLP, who knows? We can see 27,341. But with the KSI red, a bit tough though. And KRW is cyan, so there should be some resistance at the top. But the market today with the pivot around, usually trust the pivot, yeah? Okay, so that is the Nikkei, and of course Hong Kong, Hang Seng. Let's take a look. Now Hang Seng today, well, it's interesting. Today Hang Seng went down first. Initially was KSI and KW, both are red, but it has tried to recover to the pivot 1. Then after that it got pulled back, resisted, and now it's trading below MLP. Now for Hang Seng, right, as you can see from China A50, today it ended as a doji, but it closed below the 13,000 psychological level. So if you ask me, it's still no strength at the moment right now. So for Hang Seng, it's still possible to see it going down to the BNB support level at 18,998 in the near term. Yeah, it is really possible. All right, so we've done an indices. Let's look at DAX, which just opened. DAX is trading above pivot 1 right now, so that is the reason why we can see that the US market recovered a bit, because it was opening, it went down first, and then now it has went back above opening price. So by right, it should be going back towards MLP. It's 15,065 or 100 points away. Is it possible? Well, as long as the market stays above OP, everything is all possible. Yeah. Okay, but both KSI and KRW are red, so there should be some profit taking at +1 to +2 area for KTRs. All right, next market is FTSE. Now, FTSE also have recovered, and also today is above pivot 1. Incredible. So as long as the market stays above OP, right, FTSE can go back to 7512 level. But if the market loses pivot 1, then the selling could bring it down all the way to the KCB level at 72.75. All right, it is possible, so to watch this very closely. But likely today that ECB will not do any rate hike more than 25. Okay, most likely this will be 55 basis point, even though just 1 week ago it was almost like 100%, right? But with what's currently happening right now, it can be very difficult. All right, let's move on. Let's give me a minute. Okay, down with FTSE, let's go to the next market, and that will be the crude oil. Now, crude oil yesterday plunged all the way down to below $67.10. That created the BNB extension -1x1. Well done. I know some of you guys have bought it here. Well done, guys. Now, how low can this be? Look at it, guys. From the chart, you can look at it right now. It's a bit, going to be a far fetch, right? The KCB is 65.40, and of course, you can't see in the near term. you need to really go all the way back, and that is here, right here, and that is a fresh chocolate bar, 65.40. So if you'd ask me, it is possible that crude oil, because of recession fear, it may go down to 65.40. But once it reaches there, it's all right. That will be pretty oversold, and I think that is where we can look for buying. All right. Now, of course, some people who have bought 67.10, you're in profit right now. Just leave a trailing stop just to prepare. Okay, just in case the market decide to look at recession instead, and then of course crude oil will go down lower, because as you know, where there's recession fear, one of the commodity that gets sold down usually will be the crude oil. Okay, so watch out for this. There's something to take note. Now, done with crude oil, let's look at the currency market. Let's take a look at the dollar yen. Let's go dollar yen, dollar yen. There we go. Okay, we go. The dollar yen now is trading. Okay, it's trading at the pivot 1 level. So if dollar yen stays below pivot 1, 133.08, that means that there could be some selling. If we bring it down to the KCB at 132.41. All right. Now, the dollar is not performing. Let's take a look at dollar. Let me just bring up the dollar chart, shall we? Okay, moment. The dollar chart. Just give me a moment. Okay, US dollar. 5-minute change to the day chart. Here we go. Now the dollar is pulling back right now. Now yesterday the dollar strengthened, right? Today it pulled back. But the MLP is about 104.20. So as long as the market stays above the MLP of yesterday, this could be just a profit taking. And if later on, if the dollar do recover and go back up again, right, that will means that the market is really looking at potential interest rate of 25 basis point. But the thing is that if you look back in the 10-year yield right now, right, you can see it happening. The 10-year plunged all the way down yesterday. Because of the fear that there'll be no more rate hike. But you can see, very interesting, it stopped amazingly at the Fibonacci level, which is the 50 basis point at 3.42. Now we've seen this many times before. Every time it comes to this point, the market will recover. So I suspect that this time around it will be the same, because there's no way that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rate this year. I repeat myself, I don't think so, because fundamentally it doesn't warrant that. Okay, so that is why I believe that the dollar yen will recover later on. If the dollar yen breaks above OP, right, the market will be above pivot 1, right? It will go back up again to 133.791. Right, that's the level I'm looking at, because KSI is green while KRW is red, so there will be some pullback, which you saw. Now the strength will be when it cross above opening price. Yeah, so watch out for that. Very important. Okay. Then let's look at the next currency. That will be pound. Now pound is now trading above pivot 1, and it is 1.2056 pivot 1. It's also broke above the MLP. Basically, the market is expecting a 25 basis point rate hike from the ECB. So I think that's one reason. And of course, BOE will likely follow through if you look at it correctly. So since it's a KSI green and KRW is red cyan, it's above MA30, MA200 and above pivot 1. Today is a buying day. So the market most likely will test somewhere around here later on, which is about 1.2154 level. But of course, if the dollar come in strengthening, that will bring back down the pound. By the moment now, pound, you can see the dollar is now losing strength, so that's why the pound is moving higher. Yep, so watch out for that. For euro, as you can see, very clear that euro did a new BNB last night. So now the range is bigger, 1.10 to 1.02, so it's 800 pips movement. Okay, so from where we look at it right now, as long as the market stays above the BNB level, which is at 1.05, well, by right, if it breaks above MLP, it should go higher. But if you ask me, right, I still think that I'm pretty bearish on euro. I still think that euro will go down. So if euro do breaks below opening price, I do suspect it go down to 1.05 again. Okay, that's my personal view. Even though KSI and KRW, both of them is calling for buy, but basically for this currency, I'm not comfortable at all. Yep. Okay. All right, that's currency done. All right, so let's look at the gold market right now, shall we? Okay. Right, where's my gold? Here we go. Okay, now for the gold market, as you can see, we're new BNB right now, so to replace everything here. Okay, take this away. Okay, something wrong with the lines. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to do this adjustment first, and then I see what to do with this guy here. Okay, so for the gold today is trading below pivot 2 right now. So by right, below OP, below pivot 2 is a sell. This morning, gold came down first, but it was heavily supported at MLP at 1911. Okay, so KSI is green and KCX is blank. So that's very, very bullish. So that's the reason why when the market hit MLP, it recovered pretty strongly. But fundamentally, if let's say the dollars recover or the yields are to recover, this will pressure the gold back down. I think 1885 will be a very good level to consider to buy some gold. At the moment now, 1818 is a little bit high, and 1919, I mentioned to you guys, a strong resistance. If you didn't see my video, watch it on the TWB the channel. I talk about gold, why is 1919 is a strong resistance right now. Take a look at that. Yep. Okay. All right. So that be done. Let's look at silver. Well, silver is mounting up. It's a doji directional day, and silver has just touched MLP and recover. Now, silver, as we know, is a controlled product. So, which means that once the buyers sort of push, they may do it. So, I half suspect that the KSI green and no KCX could push silver back to $22.17. Similar thing is that if let's say the dollar do recover, then silver will be brought back. But I think silver now, any price between 20 to 21 can buy and keep. The last time it went down to 19 was a very good price to buy. So basically for silver, 19, 20, 21, all these levels are pretty good for buying, because I still believe that end of the day, Federal Reserve will have to what they call slow down the pace, but they wouldn't cut this year, at least slow the pace. When they slow down the pace, that will propel silver to the higher level. Alright, so that is gold and silver. Let's go to Bitcoin and Ethereum. So undeniable for Bitcoin, it has went up, tested 25,000 again yesterday, and today is trying again. Was the KSI and the KCX are all positive. So once it stays above the MLP, it should be able to test 25,000 again. Now I know that a lot of funds are buying into Bitcoin, but look at it, the resistance at 25,000 is very, very strong. So if you ask me, well, all I can say is if I were to take a position to sell, I'll sell 25,000 only, unless the market breaks below 24,000. But the thing is that at 24,000, we can see a very strong support here. So I'll just wait for a while for a better shot. Now, if the market comes down, next to 23,000 will be next, but I don't think it will happen in the near term. Yeah. Okay, that is done. Let's go to Ethereum to wrap it up. Oh, sorry again. Okay, Ethereum basically ran up all the way to 1779 2 days ago, pulls back today, and now it's basically on a sideways track. So Ethereum, likely it will hang between 1675 to 1588. KSI is green, KCX is blank, meaning it's very bullish. But the way I look at it right now, the market is taking this 1635 very seriously. Every time it comes here, the market usually rebound. Yeah. So the market now is bullish enough to buy on dip, but the strength to push it up itself, the fundamental just doesn't really appeal to it. Okay. All right. Hope you enjoyed today's sharing. Have a great day. This is Cal signing off.